All right, whether you're reaching for an ingredient and you realize you don't have it, or you just don't want to make a special trip to the store, there are some baking solutions that will help you still whip up your favorite recipes. Here's some smart substitutions from our partners at Martha Stewart. Starting with flour. All-purpose flour is a key ingredient to have on hand, but every once in a while a recipe calls for a specialty flour. But you can skip the shopping trip by putting that all-purpose flour to work. For cake flour, use 1 cup all-purpose flour minus 2 tablespoons. Then add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. For pastry flour, 1 cup equals a half cup of all-purpose flour plus a half cup cake flour. If you're swapping out all-purpose for a gluten-free flour, the ratio is the same. 1 cup of gluten-free flour for every 1 cup of all-purpose. Moving on to baking soda and baking powder. As a substitute for 1 teaspoon of baking powder, try a half teaspoon cream of tartar plus a 1/4 cup teaspoon baking soda. Baking soda is a trickier swap, but for every 1 teaspoon of baking powder needed, you can sub in a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Now for dairy. For 1 cup of whole milk, you can substitute with 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons of skim milk plus 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. For 1 cup of half and half, use a half cup of whole milk and a half cup of heavy cream. For 1 cup of buttermilk, substitute 1 cup of whole milk plus 1 tablespoon white wine vinegar or lemon juice. Combine and let sit about 10 minutes. Moving on to fats. If you don't have a stick of butter, you can use 1 stick of margarine. If you need a substitute for 1 cup of vegetable oil, try 1 cup of neutral oil such as canola or grapeseed oil. And finally, sugar substitutes. For 1 cup of superfine sugar, you can substitute it with granulated sugar ground in a food processor. Use 1 cup plus 2 teaspoons. For 1 cup of powdered sugar, substitute with 1 cup of granulated sugar plus 1 teaspoon cornstarch ground in a food processor. As a substitute for 1 cup of light brown sugar, use 1 cup granulated sugar plus 1 tablespoon of molasses. Add another tablespoon for dark brown sugar. And if you don't have molasses, you can substitute 1 cup with 3/4 of a cup dark brown sugar plus a 1/4 cup of water. A lot of fractions there. Did you follow it all? Well, a popular vegan substitute for eggs is to mix 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed with 2 tablespoons of water, mix it up, and let it sit for 5 minutes. For more great tips and recipes, go to marthastewart.com.